Hey guys, I am so excited to start our To Be Mindset group, our mentorship group. It is going to be amazing. For those of you who are new, you're going to learn so much stuff. And for those of you coming back for a refresher course and really wanted to get into the mentorship stuff, you're going to learn so much. So we're going to start off with the power of a positive vocabulary and a positive mindset. You know that is huge to me, so that's why we're really starting there. I've said before, a mindset is like a filter, and it is the filter that you will see your day and your life through and make decisions based on that filter. If your filter shows everybody around you as a zombie, you are going to make some drastic decisions based on that filter. Does that make sense? Okay, so it's the same way with your weight loss journey. If your filter is negative towards yourself, towards weight loss, towards the whole thing, you are going to make decisions based on that filter or that mindset, or where you allow your mind to set, because we have complete control over that. It's not just something that happens. So, for example, take two people and take two women, same body type, height, everything, physically the same, and the only thing different about them is their mindset. So person A has a negative mindset. She especially loves to call herself fat, which I hate that word because it's so degrading and just so mean. And but it is common to say, I feel fat, I look fat, I am fat, you know. And so she is in that mindset. She wakes up in the morning, she looks in the mirror, and the first thing she says is, gosh, you're so fat. Look at myself. It is disgusting. Ooh, look at this part and that part. Oh, you are just, you know, and begins to just really bully herself and degrade herself. And that person is not very likely to start out her day getting on the scale after being beat down. It's almost abusive, you know. And so she's invited to a party, and she's already thinking, I'm so fat, right? And so, but for whatever reason, she feels like she has to go to this party, and so she goes. A lot of people would just not, which is still, then you're opting out of your life because of how you see yourself. So let's say it's a Super Bowl party, since that is coming up here really quick. So she's invited to a Super Bowl party, and she decides to go. So she goes in her closet. She begins to look at her clothes, and she says, and I think we've probably all been here at some point in time, and thinking, oh, gosh, I'm so fat. I can't fit into any of these clothes. I look so fat in this. And just changing clothes and constantly looking in the mirror, telling herself how fat she looks. And finally, whatever it is she puts on, decides she can wear that and goes to the party. So she's already, you know, feeling a little uncomfortable in what she's wearing, and not really happy about having to go, and you know, the whole thing there. And so she goes and doesn't really feel like interacting with people because she doesn't feel really good about herself and what she's wearing, and she's been beat up all morning by herself. And so she just, you know, she kind of maybe doesn't really interact, and she's looking more towards what's going on with the food, and there's food sitting there, and so, you know, maybe she just starts to snack and doesn't realize it. And it's like, oh, and then there's pizza that comes out, and she's like, oh gosh, I've been sitting here eating these chips anyways. Gosh, I'm so fat just eating chips. Might as well have a piece of pizza. And so she just has a piece of pizza or two, and you know, and then there's dips and wings and other things out there, and she thinks, well, I've already had chips, I've already had pizza, you know, I might as well just have something else. Might as well just eat this other thing too, because it keeps me over here anyways, away from other people, and I'm just so fat. I don't want to be over there. I don't want to go sit over there, and no, you know. And so she'll stay there and eat and eat. And then cake comes out, or some type of dessert, and you know, she's like, well, I've already eaten all this other stuff. I might as well have that too. I'm so fat, you know. I'm so gross. Gosh, I'm so terrible. I wish I could just not do that. I wish I could just say no, but no, here you are eating this food, you know, whatever she's saying to herself, and just beating herself down and beating herself down and beating herself down. And whether her team wins or loses, she probably doesn't care, because she is not there for the game, and she's not there for her friends. She is there, you know, focused more on the food and on herself and how she feels. And So the game's over. She's driving home and she probably begins to think, wow, you really blew it. You know, look at all that nasty food you ate, you big cow. Gosh, why did you do that? You know, and then she's gonna actually maybe feel really bloated because she may not even be overweight at all, but in her mind, right, she's saying these things, but now she may actually feel a little bloated because she's eaten all that junk, and we know that that's what it does, right? So then she gets home and she's like, see, look how fat I am. Oh my gosh. Oh. And then, you know, just continues to beat herself up some more, goes in the kitchen, feels sorry for herself, eats some more things, because pulls out the ice cream and, you know, watches whatever and just eats out of the container because, gosh, you know, she's blown her day anyways, and who cares? And you don't see her pulling out her tracker, writing those things down, because she doesn't want to write all that down. She doesn't want to write down how she felt next to that food and what was going on there, because she doesn't want to think about it. She doesn't want to acknowledge it. She doesn't want to do that. And she goes to bed. She wakes up in the morning. How likely is she then to weigh herself in the morning and see what yesterday brought? Not very likely. Probably starts out the same way as the day before, where she beats herself up, tells herself how bad she looks, and you know, gosh, I can't believe you did that yesterday. Okay, that just runs a downward spiral for her life, and it's a terrible thing to do to yourself. And like I said, it's really, guys, it's abusive to yourself, and it's not setting her up for success whatsoever. So we'll put her, woman A, aside, and woman B, again, they're the exact same size, weight, height, everything. They could be twins, okay, and they look exactly the same, but woman B is got a little bit better mindset. She's looking through a different filter, and she's decided she's going to enjoy this weight loss journey, and it's going to work for her, and she's done with the old stuff, you know. So mindset B says, wakes up in the morning, looks at herself in the mirror, and she says, today is going to be a weight loss day. It's going to be an amazing day. Who cares what yesterday was? Today is going to be a weight loss day, and I'm going to 2 pounds. I can do 2 pounds, because she's not looking at that huge goal. Maybe woman A was looking at that whole goal that she has to lose, and it can be overwhelming. So woman B is saying, I got 2 pounds. I'm only looking at 2 pounds, 2 pounds at a time. I got this. And she's excited about her day, you know, and she gets that same phone call for that same party. And she goes in her closet and she's like, okay, what can I wear? What, you know, and she puts on something that she feels comfortable in, and, you know, makes it cute, and heads out, because she's going to go have fun, and she can't wait to see her friends. She can't wait to see her team play, and what's going to happen with the game, and, you know, the whole thing, hanging out, having fun, and she is focused on the people that she's going to see, not the food she's going to eat, or how she's going to feel, you know, ashamed, and she didn't beat herself up that morning. She's not going to a party half, you know, emotionally abused. She pumped herself up, and she's ready for a great day. So she goes to the party, and maybe, you know, since she said, hey, can you come to a Super Bowl party? She goes, yeah. Would you like me to bring something? I have an amazing buffalo dip, which we do, guys, and I will share it with you. And I have an amazing buffalo dip. You guys want me to bring it? And this dip is like chicken, and it's healthy and really good, and you use the dip with vegetables. Perfect. So, and she brings, you know, maybe her bottle of water or whatever, and she brings this dish. Or maybe she just brings a veggie tray or really amazing salad or whatever. And because she's in weight loss mode, right? She said today is going to be a weight loss day. So she's in weight loss mode. So she brings her dish, whatever that is, brings her water, comes in, she sets it down and leaves the kitchen. And she is hugging necks, and she's excited to see people. Maybe she's, you know, teasing people who are rooting for the other team or whatever, and she's having a good time. Maybe she's taking some selfies with some friends, or they're being silly or whatever. Like when during the Super Bowl, we usually have a push-up challenge or a sit-up challenge, so maybe they're doing that or whatever. And she's really focused on having a great time. So that same snacks are still on the counter, but she's not even over there. So she's not even thinking about that, you know, but maybe the wings come out, and maybe, you know, and she's like, I'm kind of hungry actually. So what's she gonna do is she's in weight loss mode, right? So she's gonna grab her water bottle, water first, 16 ounces, which is not that much. This is a 40-ounce cup, so 16 ounces, right? Drinks that. It's about half of your To Be Mindset water bottle, and goes over there. And what's she gonna have? Veggies most. First bite veggies, right? So she goes over there and she probably has something she brought because she knows it's delicious. And I can tell you guys, every time we bring something healthy, we don't tell them, can I bring a healthy dish? We just say, we're gonna bring, it's always gone. Always, because the food is good. So, you know, she's gonna have some of that. And so if she has veggies, maybe she just brought a veggie tray, let's say. And so then she's gonna look for some lean protein, something like that. You know, maybe she has like a chicken thigh or something, and has a couple wings or something. Maybe if they're really super covered in barbecue sauce, she might wipe some of that off, you know, but she's gonna enjoy that, and maybe go on to an FFC. She can find something, maybe some fruit, let's see, like a whole grain something, you know, something like that, or some hummus dip. She could bring some of that, you know, any of those kind of things. And then, you know, sometimes people are hanging out, especially at a Super Bowl party, so I have to address this part too, right, as people are drinking in a Super Bowl party all the time. So she is in weight loss mode. So she can be like, you know, I'm not going to have a beer, I'm not going to drink today because I'm in weight loss mode. And so she's just going to check her waters and have fun and enjoy her day because she's in weight loss mode. And if that cake or that dessert comes out, same thing. She is in weight loss mode. And so when it comes out, she's like, I could totally have that. But you know what? There's always cake. And she thinks, Dinteo, do I need this eating opportunity? And no, I can have cake anytime. And see, that's something important, is she realizes she can have it anytime. It's not she's denying herself she can never have cake. She can have it anytime. But today is a weight loss day, so I'm cool. You know, and so she enjoys, you know, like I said, maybe the food she brought, drinks her water, has fun with her friends, and woohoo, her team won or lost. She probably doesn't care because she's gonna go home and say, man, I had such a great time. And man, I really rocked my food today. Good job, me. I'm so proud of myself. And I can't wait to get home and track, you know, and track everything down. So when she gets home, instead of beating herself up and hitting the pantry, she's tracking her food. Maybe she has some tea, so 2 hands on the wheel, and goes to bed. And she wakes up in the morning, she's excited to get on the scale because she knows she did really well. And again, she starts over with the same mindset. She gets on the scale, she writes it down. Who cares about yesterday? Because today's a new day. Today is a weight loss day. So just like for the other person, that was a downward spiral. For her, that will be an upward spiral that will promote weight loss, begin to give her a positive outlook on that weight loss journey, and that she is sure to catch herself anytime that those negative thoughts come back up. And so what we say, what we think, guys, is the most powerful thing. And in any subject, on anything in our lives, because what we believe about ourselves comes from what we think and say. And those things are the filters that drive our life. And like I said, if you had a zombie, right, a zombie filter, you would definitely be thinking, oh my gosh, I gotta run. Whether there was a zombie there or not, right? So I wrote down some of the things that people say that I hear a lot that are just, you know, not really positive. So one is, excuse me, I was so bad this weekend. That's not something you want to say. We had this, and that was one I used to say all the time, and the fat one too. But I was so bad. Oh gosh, I was bad today, or I was good today, you know. And my me or my worth or my goodness was based on what I did and didn't do that day. I didn't eat that day. That's not all right. You weren't bad. You can change it to I stumbled. I stumbled a little bit this week. But you know what? I'm really committed to making next week an amazing week, to learning from where I stumbled and why that happened, and going forward and making this week really strong and amazing. And so changing from bad to stumbled, you see how you feel like you can continue on. Stumbling just means it was a little trip, but you kept going. If you were bad, it's like, oh, there's a timeout, or oh, there's a punishment for being bad, you know? So I stumbled. So I stumbled this week, or I stumbled earlier today. You know, and a stumble doesn't have to rewrite your whole day either. Like we talked about person A, oh, well, I already had this, so I might as well have that too. We don't have to do that. We can, if we, whatever stumble in the morning, then we can go, you know what, that was this morning. Give me my water. I'm going with the rest of my day in a positive motion. So you don't have to write off an entire day because of a stumble. A stumble means you keep going. Let's see what else. Oh, I can't lose this weight. Maybe that's something that you say or you think, and you need to change that to I can lose 2 pounds. And we talked about that already. Letting the whole goal of your weight loss journey be so heavy on you, and let that again making you your worth and this whole thing. That's not right. Stop doing that to yourself. We're not looking at this giant thing. What we're looking at is 2 pounds. Can you lose 2 pounds? Absolutely. You can absolutely lose 2 pounds. So change that. Every time that thought comes up that, gosh, I just can't do this. Gosh, I just can't. I can lose 2 pounds. And so change your words, change your thoughts in that area. Another one, I give up. I hate this one. And I don't want to say, I guess I hate maybe, but it's just, it's so sad to me when I see somebody doing amazing and then they give up, you know? And you know they have potential, and it's like, oh, you can so do this. I know you can. Don't give up. And so changing from I give up, because you've probably done that already. And how well did I give up? How well did that work for you in the past? Brought you right back or further, right? So giving up doesn't work. So you clearly need to try something else. Let's see, we can always, you know, improve our tracking. We can improve our attitude, our sleep, our stress, our water, our actions. All kinds of things contribute to our health and our well-being. So we can always improve that at least by 5%. By just 5%. 5%. Okay, I won't give up. I can tweak this. I can give a little just 5% more effort to this. I can do that, right? Doesn't that seem better? Okay, 5%. I'm gonna do that instead of giving up, because giving up, like I said, it didn't work before. I know I'm running a little long, so I'll hurry here. Another one is I'm stuck at this weight. I'm destined to be this way. I should just get used to it. I'm just this way. I'm just stuck here. I will always be like this. I'll always be this weight forever. And then we go back to the 2 pounds. I will get this weight off. This weight is coming off 2 pounds at a time. I can lose 2 more pounds. I'm not stuck. I can lose 2 more pounds. And another one that's really hard to hear is I don't care. Of course you care. Of course you care, because you're here. If you really didn't care, you wouldn't be here. If you didn't really care about your health and your well-being, you wouldn't be doing this. So I do care. Change those thoughts. Don't let them sit there, ever. They come up, even if it's just, you know, in your head, and you're like, oh, I do care, I care. It doesn't have to be like, I care, in the middle of the grocery store, or whatever, in the middle of your office. You can just go, I care, I care. It just has to be enough where you can hear it, you know? It doesn't have to be really loud. I care, I do care. I care about my health. I care about my well-being. I care about my family, because our health affects our family so much. And you know, that's something people don't realize either, is they see the way they treat themselves, like, well, it's my body, I can do whatever I want. If I want to eat, you know, hot dogs and donuts every day, then I just will, and I'll just die early, and then I'll get to eat all the, you know. Most of the time people don't die. A lot of the time they end up with a stroke or a heart attack, and their families then have to take care of them. So that's not very fair to them either, you know? And so we want to take care of our bodies because of that reason, but also we want to enjoy our lives and enjoy our families and not be limited by things that we can change, right? So those are just some of the things, and I know I went a little longer than I wanted to, but it's important to me. So what I am encouraging you to do today is to really take stock of your thought life, of what you're saying, because you can see in just those 2 people, by just changing the way you think, will really change your day. And taking things 2 pounds at a time, taking them an hour at a time if you need to, a day at a time, a moment at a time. Like I said, if you blew the morning, maybe you stumbled and you're like, oh, you know, no, stumbling does not ruin your day. Keep going. So take it just moment at a time, thought by thought at a time. Don't let your thoughts overwhelm you. When they come up, you know, you can pray about that. Ask God to help you. Help me, you know, Lord, help me to see where I am saying things about myself that aren't true, where I am hurting myself, and help me to change those thoughts. And He will. Every time, I'm telling you, He will. Because He wants you to say nice things about yourself. He loves you. And nobody likes to hear people be mean to people that we love, right? So He doesn't want to hear you mean to yourself. And so He will say, hey, right there. I mean, He's not mean about it. He's just like, hey, right there, that's a thing. Remember, you asked me to show you. And He will hold us accountable. So, and help us to change that mindset. So I'm asking you that this week that you really begin to focus on how you're thinking about yourself. When you're watching the videos, what are you thinking? Oh, that's too hard. Veggies, water, are you kidding me? You know, I can do that. I can have water. I can have veggies, first bite veggies. I can totally do that. So keep that in mind as you're going forward, and you know, any aha moments, anything that you guys get, I want to hear about them in our group. Post them in there, because I kept this group small on purpose so that we can really communicate with one another, get to know each other, and let's talk about what's going on. Because guys, I talk to all of you one-on-one, and I'm telling you, I almost always hear the exact same stuff. So let's talk to each other, and let's really build that and help to grow. Okay, that's it, and have a great week.